Hey, this is Ricky Cichlid Cichlids, and I just want to take this time to say thank you for helping reach a milestone of 1,000 subscribers. It has been an interesting journey. It's helped me develop my fish, my videos, and myself. It's improved my look at life, even though there's been difficulties and challenges along the way. The journey is most important. The fish take a journey in your aquarium. And when you take care of your fish, it's important to realize their journey is similar to your own. Some of the things about their care is similar to taking care of yourself. So remember that, and let's watch this video. This is Territories, the Frontosa Territories. So stay tuned and look this way, and thanks again for being my subscriber. How about giving me a thumbs up, or maybe even a thumbs down? Whatever you feel like. Give me something. See ya. This video is about territories. How important is territories in a Frontosa cichlid colony? It's very important. If you watch some of my other videos, my previous videos just a few days back or in the past, there's a lot of difference between today's video and then. And it only took a few steps to get there. The fish, the Frontosas, are more spread out. They're spread out throughout the aquarium. They're more active. You see Whopper checking everything out. And what happened was, I remembered a comment from a viewer. A couple of comments encouraged the changes that took place today with the territories of these Frontosas. I changed the territories of these Frontosas. How did I do that? It was very simple. There was a couple of males in there, and in the past the viewer said, "How many males do you have in that Frontosa colony?" And I was like, looks like around 4. So there was 2 that were fighting, so I took both of those out. I also changed the replacement of the caves. It's been a dramatic change to this aquarium. There's more activity. They're not staying in the same spots. They're swimming around. They're sifting in the sand. I actually get to see my Synodontis come out. Whoppers coming out. They're starting to relax. This has just been a few hours, but they're really showing different activity by what I did. I took out 2 males that were fighting, took them to other aquariums, and I moved the 3 caves that you see in the center of your screen together. And that right there changed the whole dynamic of this aquarium. Now, why am I mentioning this? Because sometimes people think my fish are boring, they're not doing anything, they're just staying in one spot. That's what another viewer says, is all your fish do, your Frontosas, just kind of sit there and hover. You know, how exciting is that? So, you know, I thought, hey, that person's got a point. Why are my Frontosas just kind of sitting there hovering? That's really boring, actually. I really like Frontosas, but if they're just going to sit in one spot, that is boring. It is boring. They look cool, you know. They're just, you know, they're looking cool. But if they're just going to sit in one spot and not do anything, that is boring. So I took it upon to me as a challenge to get the fish to move around. I've done different things recently. I've changed the lighting. I've changed the flow in the aquariums. Changed the filtration somewhat. And today, the biggest change was impressive. And it only took a few minutes. And all I did was move the 3 caves to the center, took out 2 males, and boom, presto, constant activity. No one sitting there too long. And you see that guy just sitting there. He's sitting there for a while, but and here in just a minute he'll be moving along, and we'll see some activity out of him. And then Changer also is coming to the center of the screen, and over there to the right, and she's more active, and she is the fish that I've wish to get out of the breeding process in this Frontosa colony. If you see her right there. So there you see in the center screen Changer, and she's pointing to the left, which was really nice because a lot of my videos you see her going to the right, so you're only seeing one side of her. So she's got a unique web-like pattern on both sides. So in this video you get to see her pointing to the left. Also, you can see there in the cave, the Synodontis is just kind of sitting there where I can see him. You know, it's easy to see. You can see him, I can see him. That has changed with the moving of the caves. Both Synodontis are coming out more often. I'm very excited about that. I don't know, you know, how to tell between the male and the female yet. I don't know how old they have to be to figure that out. But I just like to have catfish that I can see. I've had catfish in the past that basically they stayed in a hiding spot all day long, and you know, they only came out during the nighttime. You know, what use is a fish if it only comes out at night? You never see it. You know, I got tired of it. I traded it back in. But these are awesome. They really have some unique patterns to them. Let me just zoom in on here on the Synodontis here. It's got unique patterns to it. This one's actually a hybrid one. I don't really know the name of it right now, but it's a hybrid Synodontis. It looks really amazing. And there's two in this aquarium. Hopefully there's a male and a female. So this change has not only affected my Frontosas, but it's affected my catfish. The catfish in a good way, because I get to see them and they don't seem stressed. They're just out there where I can see them. So that's really important. Now, if you look closely, let's look over here. Let's go to the left a little bit. Maybe a little jerky. No, you won't be able to see it. But the other Synodontis. Now look at that good picture of the male Frontosa that was just there in the cave looking over the Synodontis. That's impressive. Then you see Changer in the back. There's just some views of these fish that was not possible in the past. The males basically took over the caves. You see one male in the center cave there. Now they're not staying in one spot. They're moving around, and that's important. They're not staying in one spot. Staying in one spot is just very boring. I don't want it to be boring for me or my viewers. I want some activity out of these fish. They're going to be swimming around doing things. Showing their blue colors off. If you look over to the right, you see the blue coloration just coming out of those Frontosas. That's impressive. You want to see it? I want to see it. If they're just hovering somewhere and they're stressed out because of the territories, they're fighting between two males, they're not showing their stuff. They're not showing their full potential. Now I want to also show you a small change that's important. First off, there's basically the females in this aquarium are getting to where they're almost ready to breed. They're almost that size. I've bred them, and they're a little bit. Some of the bigger ones I've actually bred about that size. So the important thing I've done today, which it didn't take much effort, just like moving the caves, was to move this rock over. It was over here. I moved it over here. I gave it some breeding spawning area for Whopper. Now he can spin around in that cave at this time. He's small enough he can spin around and breed in the cave. But if he needs some extra room out front of that cave, I move the rock over so he could be able to breed there. Now that's important because, you know, it could be any day that these Frontosas are breeding. So that's exciting. An exciting change. Look at some of these fish. They're moving around and they're being active. Let's zoom in on them a little bit here. There's Changer. Now Changer is now pointing to the right. Now she's pointing to the left. Of course, as soon as I see something, she'll do the opposite. But she's an important fish. Now if you watch the Frontosas in the center there, there's a constant flow of activity, constant maneuvering around. They're not staying in one spot. You see how the Synodonts pushed out a Frontosa just then? They're going in and out of the caves. The male was kind of hogged the cave, so when I moved the two males that were fighting, that freed up the caves for the other Frontosas, which is good. Now there's a male in the front there. Some of the changes that I really like about what I've done today is the Frontosas come up front to the front of the glass and are able to be viewed more often, and they're just not staying still. It's just amazing. Now in times in the past I didn't get a really good view of Changer because she did not come over here to the center of the aquarium that often. A lot of times if she did, she was very dark coloration. Now she's also pouring to the left again, which a lot of viewers have not seen. Look at that unique pattern. Let me zoom in there on her. So that unique pattern, it's a web-like pattern on both sides, and that's what I hope to accomplish in my breeding program. All these fish in this colony are from the same brood. So when I breed Whopper, Whopper is actually the dad of this brood, the father. When I breed Whopper with these fish, there's a really good chance I'll have more fish like Changer. She's very unique. I'm very impressed with her because she's different. Different is good in a lot of aspects. A lot of my viewers really enjoy looking at Changer, and they're impressed to see a web-like pattern on both sides, not just one. So remember, territories in the Frontosa aquarium are important. Changes in the territory in the Frontosa aquarium are important. It can bring about happiness of yourself, your fish, your breeding aspects, your viewership. Because if your fish aren't happy, they're not going to perform for you for YouTube or for your guests to come over for a football game or whatever. You need to make your fish happy, you know, just for their sake at least. So look around the screen, check out some other videos from Ricky Kennerly Cichlids. And thanks again for helping me reach the milestone of 1,000 subscribers. Make sure you give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, a good comment or a bad comment. But just remember, Changer is a Frontosa that's going to change the landscape of this Frontosa world.